welcome back. It's now the last of May. I've had an exam, a financial course that I've been taking through work that finished on the 23rd of May, so last Friday. And I've had Saturdays as my personal day to have like my own time and go out of the house, and basically this whole spring my Saturdays have been allocated to studying and a bit of gardening. And so today is my first Saturday that I don't have anything planned aside from just whatever I want. Almost everything is planted out. Well, you could say that everything's planted out. It's like one winter squash that I haven't planted out because it's a little bit early. The weather forecast is a bit unclear, and I'm hesitant to plant out the cucumber family, like cucumbers, zucchinis, pumpkins, squashes, all of those, before early or mid-June where we are, because they really don't like the cold. And it's not like frost, but they don't like low temperatures above freezing either. So, okay, garden tour. And then I'm gonna maybe plant out some amaranths. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna show you. I should have transplanted them weeks and weeks and weeks ago into just smaller containers, and I didn't, so they're still in the little tray that I sowed them in. Some of them are getting fairly big, but I don't know if they're... I mean, when I say big, I mean... well, you're gonna say they're not big. I just hope that they can stand being planted out. Temperature-wise, they're okay, but I'm worried that they'll be eaten by slugs or something. Or just outcompeted by weeds. This is the one apple tree that actually gives fruit, and it gives plentiful. Old wood that started rotting kind of because it was lying on the ground, so we just made it into an insect hotel pile. As you can probably tell, we haven't been mowing the lawn yet this year, because our lawnmower is broken. But that's okay. Johnny has handed the lawnmower into a kind of lawnmower repair shop, or I guess they sell new ones as well, but they do repairs also. But it could take 2-3 weeks, apparently, so we'll just have to wait and see. Shed. I'm now almost done with the first coating of Faluröd paint on my grow boxes. That has been another one of those projects that has taken way longer than it might have done for other people, because I just don't have that much time to do it. But it's coming along. And I can't tell you how happy I am with this. I think it's gorgeous. Tiny little rose, honey rose, that is supposed to turn huge and climb up the trellis here. And here we have some squash, summer squash, some lettuce along the edge here, cucumbers, some basils that I planted out between. I don't know if you can actually grow them outside where we live. It might be too cold, but they were left over and I hate throwing away seedlings, so. And here's some sweet peas. Next grow box we have some tomatoes. This is Brad's atomic grape. supposedly a pretty tall tomato, so I'm hoping that they will kind of grow up the trellis here. Some nasturtiums and more lettuce. And here are all the squashes and cucumbers that I haven't planted out, so I'm using these as backups. Like I said, I have planted out most of the cucumber plants, but since it might be a bit cold for them, I wanted to just keep some on hand. And here are the amaranth. So as you can see, these are, they have several pairs of leaves already. And these are the red ones. So I'm gonna try planting them out, but with these as well as with the squashes, I'm just gonna keep the leftovers until I know for sure that everything survives. Here we are. By the way, my voice. My voice is a bit off because I've been sick. Twice, actually. And now I think I'm breathing in gnats as well. I hope these will grow well, because these are probably the flowers that I'm most excited about for my wedding bouquet. If they work out the way that I have planned, and if I manage to time my own bouquet and probably make a flower crown as well, if I manage to do that in the way that, like, according to my vision, these are going to be incredibly dramatic and yeah, make it look very special. So I'm sitting here in the kitchen garden on our little makeshift bench just outside the veranda, which is rapidly being covered in hops. And I'm being covered in gnats. This is my view. I also wanted to do a little update on life stuff in general. Yesterday I decided to delete my Instagram app off my phone. It's been on and off. I always take a break from Instagram and social media, but Instagram is pretty much the only social media I use. I mean, I have Facebook, but I go on there twice a month to just see if anything has happened, and nothing has ever happened, so... yeah, I always take a break from social media during Lent, or have done for the past 3-4 years or something like that. And I always come out of that and sort of come back on social media feeling like what a relief it's been to be away from it, and yeah, just noticing how much better I feel in like mental health and nervous system regulation and stuff like that. But also spiritually, I realize how it messes with my ability to just stay present in here and now, and to fully take in my surroundings and basically connect with God there was a a yellow sparrow, I think they're called. In Swedish, at least. I don't know what they're called in English. It's a pretty rare bird around here. And it just flew down into the kitchen garden and landed on a parsnip. Yeah, anyway. I always come out of these breaks feeling like I'm reluctant to go back on social media. I'm feeling like, is it really worth it? What am I even doing there? And now, since this year's Lent, I have felt more than ever that I'm not really sure if I want to be on there anymore. There are things that I still appreciate. There are some people specifically, very few, but like a handful of people that I have gotten to know on Instagram that I know I will want to keep in contact with somehow, preferably in the flesh, so to speak. But most of it is just addiction, honestly. I notice the same tendencies with social media as I have in the past when I've been a tobacco user and stuff, and I've been addicted to that. It's precisely the same, like psychologically it's the same pattern of feeling like, oh, this evening Johnny will take the baby, that's nice, I can have some alone time. It's gonna be so nice to go on Instagram and see what's happening there. It's gonna be like nice and cozy to just sit with a cup of tea and scroll on Instagram for a while. But it's never nice and cozy, it's just stressful. Like, I see a few nice pictures, sometimes someone has written a beautiful text or something, but more often than not, it's... First of all, nowadays you can't even curate your own feed. You can't choose what you see there, it's just like ads and recommendations and reels and stuff that I have not chosen to see, and 90% of the time it's pretty awful stuff. But also, even the people I choose to follow, some of it is pretty inflammatory or provocative, or it makes me think more black and white, and it makes me think more like I need to put my opinion out there, and I need to post stuff that, you know, convinces people of things, or shows who I am and what I stand for. And it's very like, it's just ego. It's just ego all the time. And I noticed yesterday when the breaking point came for me was I was lying on the couch with my baby on me. We were having contact nap. So I was there scrolling on Instagram. I was writing a post based on, or inspired by a podcast that I had listened to earlier that morning. And it wasn't anything political or anything. It was about romantasy. Random, I'm not going to go into that, but it was a text that was just, I felt a bit inspired, and I have thoughts about this I want to share. There's a buzz. No, fuck, that's a kite. There's our house. The ugly backsides of it. Tarps covering some firewood. Here's some garlic that I don't know if I filmed that actually, but I saw on Instagram, which, again, there are some positive things about Instagram. I saw someone saying that you can dig up the little, the clusters of stalks that come up in the spring if you have left bulbs accidentally from last season. The ones that grow up almost like chives in early spring. You can dig them up and separate them and plant those garlic bulbs as new garlics, and yeah, they will turn into new garlics. So I hadn't planned on growing garlic this year, but we have so many of those stalks, leftover bulbs, that I felt like I'm not going to turn down free garlic that nature has prepared for me. So we'll see how it goes. Well, I guess I'm going to plant out some of those amaranths now and have it done with. The battery's about to die, so yeah, anyway, I was writing this post about not inflammatory or provocative stuff really, but even so, I was feeling in my body how my pulse was increasing a bit, and I started feeling a bit like physically stressed, and I also noticed, which I have noticed before, that my baby started like her sleep got lighter, and she started tossing and turning a bit. And I mean, we co-regulate, where our nervous systems as mother and baby are very connected still, even 10 months after birth. And I think most people know that you can co-regulate, like, yeah, by having your baby sleeping on you, you can help becoming calm and regulating your nervous system, or, you know, if the baby's upset or scared or something, if you keep them close, they will calm down if you're calm. But the opposite also applies, of course. If you're stressed, I don't know if it's that we sense each other's hormones, so that she can sense like cortisol or adrenaline or anything, or if it's the heartbeat or body temperature or breathing patterns or whatever it is, but our nervous systems co-regulate. So, and I just realized in that moment, this is not the kind of parent I want to be. I want to be her safe space. I want to be the one that she can come to when she needs to calm down and feel safe and secure, and I don't want her sleeping on me to be a source of stress for her, and that she would be calmer if she slept away from me. Like, that's the opposite of what I want. But I guess yesterday was that point where I did feel like no more of this now. So I deleted it. And I guess I'm just coming to a point where I want to live a real life. I want to have real relationships with real people. I want to be present where I am. I want to live with my senses. Like, I want to be here in a sensory experience. I want to feel where I am, you know, register smells, sights, sounds, and just be present in that, because I know from experience what it's like to be absolutely fully present. And that's when God comes in. And living the way I have been living completely blocks out all of that. And I am struggling, and have always been struggling, I think, with this feeling of not being seen or witnessed. I think it's because part of my experience in childhood was not being seen. Like, things that should have been seen by adults in my life were not seen. And I think I'm carrying that wound still. So the internet has always been a place for me to sort of share very openly, very transparently, very personal things. Because I want to be seen and validated somehow, I guess, or that people are gonna see and, you know, tell me that I'm doing well or whatever, something. But I'm at a point now where I want to live for my family, for my soon-to-be husband and for my baby. I want to be present for them. And I want to share my innermost thoughts and feelings with them and my other family and friends. And I want to remind myself that the only witness I need is those loved ones and God. I don't need random unknown people on Instagram to be the witnesses of my life, because they're never going to give me what I need in that respect. So yeah, okay, this turned into a very long ramble. But that's where I am in my personal life. It's also getting very close to the time when Johnny will go on vacation and then subsequently parental leave together with me, so we'll have two or three, well, 2.5 maybe months at home together before I go back to work, sadly. In about 2 weeks we're going to my family summer house on Öland, which is my favorite place in the world. It's originally where we planned on moving from here. Now that plan has changed, so we'll probably end up closer to Stockholm, I guess, is the idea, to get closer to my family. But yeah, Öland is the place of my heart and soul, and I can't wait to go there. We're gonna celebrate midsummer at my grandparents' summer house, which is where I celebrated midsummers my whole childhood. So and I haven't done that since I was 20 maybe. So that's at least 15 years ago. It's gonna be beautiful to go there with Johnny and our baby and have her first midsummer celebration there with family. My mum is also gonna be on Öland at the same time. She's gonna live in the seaside cottage with her dog. And yeah, that's where we are, I guess. Projects, finishing the woodshed, but then mostly planning our wedding, which is in early September, so it's almost exactly 3 months left now, and we're starting to panic a little bit, because it's a lot that we haven't planned yet. But we'll get there. It's not going to be a super huge wedding anyway. Hi everyone, good morning. It's Friday the 13th of June today. And it's 20 past 7 in the morning. And you'll have to excuse my whole appearance. It's been a bit of a rough week. Our cat Ziggy came in one morning, I guess it was Tuesday morning, and had a really horrendous wound on his nose. So one of the neighbor's cats had cut with his claw, like through the nostril. His whole nose was kind of split. It sounds about as awful as it was. So we just had to go to the vet, and he's on heavy medication. It's the second time in a month that he's been hurt now by neighbor's cats. And he's quite old, he's a bit over 11, and he's a Maine Coon, so that's old for a Maine Coon. But we're going away tomorrow, hopefully. So we're leaving early in the morning tomorrow for Öland, where we will be for about a week, just over a week, to celebrate Midsummer with my family. Yeah, so we're going away for a bit over a week, and I haven't filmed in ages, so I wanted to just capture some of this mid-June lushness, in case everything is dead when we come back. First of all, we're going to go and get the chickens out in the coop. They were also, just more drama, they were also attacked last night up in the forest. And after that I could only see the cockerel and 2 of the hens. But by the time Johnny went to bed, he obviously went out to close the chicken coop, and then the other 2 were also there. So now they'll only get to go out in the run today. I mean, technically they could be out free-ranging today as well, since we're not leaving until tomorrow, but since they were attacked... Look at this morning light through the canopy. So gorgeous. Yeah, we're keeping them in today for safety reasons. It would be a bit of a bummer if they got taken and eaten a few hours before we leave on vacation. Aside from the washing line, I think this is one of the most beautiful places in the garden right now. With the blooming iris and the huge angelica. This is the kind of stuff that I want to remember. Like, I'm making these videos for myself more than anything, because I want to be able to look back and see what it was like. The hops are beginning to cover the trellises and the fence. Okay, it's almost impossible to be outside with these. They're so awful. The weeds are growing better than anything else, as you can see. You can't even see the little bird bath anymore, because it's beautiful though. Look at all that clover. Okay, that's it. I can't stand it anymore. Honestly, we're standing in a cloud. So horrendous. That's right. I'm planning on bringing my camera to Öland so we can film there, but also film a bit on the way. So we'll see. Might talk to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.